you guys. So we are gonna do it. So welcome to today's workout. If you're here for the first time, we are gonna be doing, where are my notes? Here we go. So today's workout is legs and arms. Every Saturday, we have a different focused workout. We will be focusing in specifically on certain themes for our workout, and today's is legs and arms, which I'm super excited about. You're going to need a handled resistance band, you're going to need a circular hip band, and you're going to need some dumbbells, definitely one that's a little heavy, at least one that's a little on the heavy side, and then medium and light. So grab whatever dumbbells that you have and we'll get started. We're going to go through a preparatory sequence first, and that is not necessarily to get you warm, it's actually really more to get your body prepared for the workout, and then we're going to jump in. We will be working in supersets today. What that means is 2 exercises put together back to back with no rest in between, and then you're going to rest after the after the superset for 20 to maybe 30 seconds, and we're going to do 2 of each superset. If you want a harder workout today, listen up. Your job is to need the rest after the superset. So your dumbbells should be challenging you enough that you actually need a little bit of a rest after the superset. Now, if you can do that and you want a harder workout, you're going to do 3 total supersets where I'm going to be doing 2. If your dumbbells are limiting the challenge of your supersets, you can move faster, do more repetitions, and do more sets. You can do 3 sets or even more if you want. But remember, we're here really to get a workout and build strength. And so ideally, your superset should be challenging enough that you need at least 10 or 20 seconds of rest. So challenge yourself on the strength front. I want you to really be working the musculature and the body parts that we're focusing on, which today it's going to be legs, biceps, and triceps. And if you need an easier workout, do lighter weight, do no weight, do fewer reps, take a break when you need, modify as you need to. Listen, this is your workout, and it should be about 20% harder than where you are today. So if you're fit today, I want you to push yourself 20%. If you're tired today, I want you to push yourself 20%. And that is about it. Every workout is unique, and your job is simply to challenge yourself about 20% so that you get a good workout. Let's get started. Take your feet separated, and let's take a big inhale up. Exhale it out, and let's do that again. When you inhale up, I want you to really reach way up. Exhale it out, and let's go one more time. Lengthen the space between your rib cage and your hips, and exhale it out. Now, take your arms up over your head in a relaxed position. On go, I want you to aggressively reach as high as you possibly can, lengthening your body out. Let's go. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Very aggressive. Reach it out, reach it out, reach it out, reach it out. Lengthen the space from your rib cage to your hip bone. You should feel some activation in your back. Relax it out. Just shake your arms, catch your breath. We're going to do that 2 more times. If I have any major problems with my audio, Heidi, will you just unmute yourself and let me know? Or Erin, if you're here. Erin, if you're here, last week the problem was my microphone wasn't getting picked up by my computer. So my computer microphone was running last week's workout. So if there's any issues at all, somebody just unmute yourself and let me know. Second time, let's go. Reach it up, 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 lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. You should feel the muscles of your back grab. That means that you're doing this right. You do have to be quite aggressive about this. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Relax it out. We're going to do that one more time. If you're watching this in playback and you wonder what this exercise is about, it's a great exercise to activate the transverse abdominis, which is the muscle of your core that draws your abdomen inward. It's a super, super, super important muscle. And go. This is how you activate it. You aggressively stretch yourself as long as you possibly can, intentionally lengthening the space from your ribcage to your hips, longer, 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 and relax it out. Feet separated, and let's come into our spinal twist. You're going to anchor down on your pelvis, and I want you to really focus on squeezing your glute on the leg that you're turning away from. So your left, your right glute, left glute, right glute. let your arms just really naturally rotate all the way around you so that you get a bit of a spinal twist, so that you can almost end your positioning looking over your shoulder behind you. Make sure you're squeezing your glutes. Squeeze them, squeeze them, squeeze them like crazy so that you've got a good foundation for your spine. And then just let your arms swing around. It releases tension. It begins to reset and realign the muscles of your spine, your postural muscles, and it just feels good. It's a little bit of a stretch and it wakes up the torso rotation muscles. So it's just really good to get your core and your spine prepared for our workout. One more. And relax, take your feet separated, look down, make sure that your feet are truly parallel to each other. Bend your knees, booty back, come side to side so that you feel a stretch on your inner thighs, sitting deeply into the leg that is bending. Pressing off the heel as you push away from the floor. Press off the heel, sit super deep. And now I want you to come lower, all the way down to the floor. Those of you that have been with me, I want you to really challenge yourself today. Sit more deeply. Get your leg firing and activating as you press away from the floor. This is one of the best preparatory exercises you could do. And it's also just a great exercise to do every day for good mechanics, a good stretch. Lateral movement like this is so important and so helpful. Keep your toes relaxed, press into your heels. Really press, heel, that's gonna activate that glute. Drive into your heel, keep your ab drawn in, hips reach way back. And let's do one more. And relax, feet come together, reach up over your head, and then I want you to come back into a bit of a modified lunge, alternating side to side. Big reach and reverse lunge. Big reach, reverse lunge. As you're prepared and you're into this, if this is good for you, if this is mildly, moderately challenging, stay here. And if it's totally comfortable, we're gonna make it bigger, dropping down to the ground. Big lunge, big reach. Big lunge, big reach. Another incredible exercise that you can do every single day to get your body opened up, activated. It's a great way to improve the neuromuscular facilitation into your glutes, to open up the hip flexor, to get your heart rate up a little. Can't you feel it? Oh, so good. So good. Let that back knee tap down onto the ground. Bring the heart rate up a little bit. Two more. One more. And feet together. Knees are soft. Bring your weight onto your right leg. Find your balance. Keep your standing leg bent. So keep this leg slightly bent. Find your balance. This might be challenging enough for you. If you need to use something for stability, cool. Buckley is so upset. So our house is over there, and then we have an outdoor dog pen, and he's so upset because I've been like running back and forth to the studio all morning to get it ready. And he's not used to me being like frantic, so he's literally out there barking at me. You might hear him in the background. So once you get comfortable with this, I want you to look around. Look left to right. Look left to right. Can you hear him? He's so unhappy, the poor thing. I'd bring him over here, but he'll be way too distracting for today. Left and right. If that's easy, I want you to look up, look down, look all around, as Dr. Seuss says. Really look in every direction, lifting your chin, lowering your chin, letting your actual eyeballs move around and focus. It's going to throw your balance off. That's the whole goal of this exercise. And relax and switch. Same thing on the other side. Steady yourself first. If you find this exercise hard, I'm doing my job. This should be challenging for you. It's an incredible exercise for foot health, ankle health, balance, leg stability. This is just such a brilliant, simple physical therapy exercise. Look around. You can use something to stabilize yourself if you have to. That's totally fine, because as you practice this, you will get better. Yes, you will get better with your balance the more you practice. Looking left and right, and then up and down and all around. Up and down, all around. As you lose your balance, just find it again. Make sure you're keeping your standing leg bent. Keep that knee soft, slightly bent, because that is what fires up all of those muscles. Looking all around. And relax. One more exercise. Feet together, knee bent. Sit into a partial squat, and then tap the floor, and then tap the floor. Again, sit into a partial squat, tap the floor, tap the floor. Please count out, let's do 12 today. Tap the floor. 12 on this leg. So it's a partial squat, single leg squat, tap the floor, getting the hamstrings and the glutes fired up. Please move at your own pace. Promise me, I'm gonna come creep in on you guys. Promise me that you're making this a squat. You're not just bending over. Now, I know it might be challenging on your knee. I want you to work with the mobility, the range of motion in your knee that you have. Always safety first, guys. Super important. Guys, we have 55 people here today. Hello, everyone. Welcome to my new gym. You have no idea. I will tell you guys all about it when the time is right. Carmen is here. Kathy Baglieri. Hello, Crystal Lindsay. Hi, everybody. Bowie, Bowie, Bowie. You get to see the gym today. Jillian Lazarus. Thank you, thank you. I'm so glad that you are here. Marianne, hello. Michelle Dolphin, a couple more guys. Wow, so excited to have all of you guys here today on such a special day. It seems so small, but it's such a big deal. So both legs, if you haven't already, both legs, 12 on each leg, making sure that it's a partial squat, all right? You're not just bending over to touch the floor. You really are sitting into this leg and then bending over to touch the floor. And if touching the floor is a little too much for you, that's okay. 12 on each leg. Good job, guys. Getting that leg warmed up for a couple of exercises that we're doing today. And again, this is actually another physical therapy exercise, all right, that is just so good for your body. If you've been with me, you know a lot of the exercises I teach you guys are foundational body movements that come from physical therapy. I have a rich history of working with physical therapists, professional athletes, non-professional athletes. Everything you do should really make your life better and should be rooted in the basics of human movement. And so a lot of these exercises do come from physical therapy. Let's get started. I'm going to show you the first two exercises. So if you want to move faster and get out ahead of me, you can. I'll show you the first two exercises and then we'll do them together. First exercise. Oh, I'm trying to read my handwriting and I couldn't figure it out. I'm like, what does that mean? Okay, first two exercises. Grab your circle hip band, step into it with one leg, stretch it out, step in with the other leg above your knees. First exercise is lateral band step, 15, and then immediately 15 back. Second exercise, you'll leave the band on and you're going to grab a heavier dumbbell, whatever you have. My heaviest dumbbell is a kettlebell, and so that's what I'm going to be using. And first exercise is for triceps, because today is legs and arms. Here, 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 okay? 12 to 15, depending on your weight load. Now listen, I really want you guys to have heavy enough weight loads that you can only do 12. If you can only do 12, please do that. If your weight loads are not heavy enough, do 15. So let's get started. First set, feet are together. Feet are together. Sit into basically an RDL position. So your booty is back with a little bit of an arch in your lower back. Look at guys, not a flat back. Arch back, pop that booty. Pretend you're an Instagram booty model. Stick it back, sit deep, step with your whole leg, 15. Technically, your band should be tight enough and short enough that when you step together, there is still tension on your band. If that isn't today, Plan to get yourself another band, okay? 15 steps in each direction. I didn't have 15 steps to go that way, so I'm gonna make it up this way. 15 steps in each direction, and then immediately reverse. Step with your whole leg. Your feet should stay parallel. Take a look down and make sure that your feet are staying parallel to each other. Feel the heaviness in your heels. Your body weight should be completely on your heels, nothing on your toes. Knees are bent, stepping with the whole leg. Step with the leg, not the lower leg. Whole leg, whole leg, whole leg. Okay, 15 in each direction. Stretch that band. As soon as you're done with those 15, grab your heavy dumbbell, and we've got overhead tricep extension. Abs drawn in, shoulders are relaxed, down in space. Got that? Down in space. Straight down towards your shoulder blades, straight up over your head. Down towards your shoulder blades, straight up over your head. Abs drawn in, letting your dumbbell come down towards your shoulder blades without changing the arch in your lower back. Okay? Keep a neutral, natural arch in your lower back, and then clamp with your abdomen, clamp with your abs, okay? That's what locks off your spine. So if you're new around here, or if you're watching in playback, you have heard other experts say, keep a flat back. That's exactly what you don't want to do ever. Your spine is not flat. Whoever came up with that idea anyway? I want to hump that person down because it just doesn't make any sense. Your spine has a curve. You know that. Remember anatomy from high school? Your spine has a curve. You don't want to flatten your back ever. You want to keep a neutral curvature in your lumbar spine and your thoracic spine. And you do that by contracting your abdomen. Short little break. If you don't need the break, hop right into your second set. Now remember, the name of the game as you work out with me every Saturday is that your weight loads are hard enough that you need a little break. So if you don't need a little break, I need you to get more equipment. Get yourself a heavier band. Get yourself some more dumbbells. Listen, this is your health. This is your fitness. This is your life. It is worth the investment of another set of dumbbells. Now, getting them is another complication, I understand, but I want that to be on your to-do list because the best gift I can give you is to help you get stronger. And in order to do that, you've got to be very challenged between 12 and 15 reps today. Technically, I'd rather have you be doing 10 to 12 reps, but I'm working with what we've got and the times that we are in. So 12 to 15 works. Okay, you guys ready for your second set? I'm going to start in this direction so I can do 15. Second set, lateral band step. Sit first, booty back, neutral arch in your spine, clamp with your abdomen, step with your thigh. 15. Big step. Stick that booty back. Really stick your booty back. Notice what that does and what you feel with this exercise. Sit heavy on your heels, heavy on the heels. Big step with the thigh, big step. Keep your feet parallel, sit deeper. Keep your chest up, sitting down into a partial squat. When you hit 15, reverse and come back. I think the length of my gym space is exactly 15 steps, you guys. It actually might be 20. So stick around after the workout and I will give you a tour of the palace. It's 40 feet long and about 15 feet wide. It's a pretty decent space. And it used to be occupied by cows. How about that, guys? This is officially, this used to be, when my dad was little, this right here was where they kept the cows. So there's cow poop underneath me, and there's probably cow poop on that foundation that you're looking at right there. Okay, tricep overhead extension. Abs in, nice and long, and drop down. So this wall behind me, my dad probably drove him and all the contracting people nuts because I was really particular about what I wanted this wall to look like. And so this rock right here is the original foundation to the barn. Behind this white wall is a barn, a huge barn. right behind here, okay? So this is the foundation to the rest of the barn. And I really wanted to keep this rock wall here because I think it's so beautiful and it's such a visual reminder that we're in a barn. And it was a bit of a problem really keeping it exposed and keeping it preserved. But we did it, and I gotta say, it looks pretty fabulous, doesn't it? I think I did a good job. Relax, short break. Let me show you the next two exercises. You can get rid of your hip band. You're gonna need a heavier dumbbell, and you're going to need a handled resistance band. Let me show you the next two exercises. First, you can double up your dumbbells. If you don't have one heavy one, grab two of them. First exercise. You're almost turned out fully in a plie. Okay, this one's for you, Ashley. For those of you guys that are dancers, this is almost a plie. Well, it is a plie, but it's almost a full turn out. Make sure that your knees are pressing back in space so that they're over and tracking your foot. We're gonna drop the dumbbell down. We're gonna let the dumbbell hang below us. So it's a bit more of a pull exercise. Plie squat, pressing your knees back behind you. First exercise. Second exercise. You guys ready for this? We are gonna do an exercise I've never done with you. We're gonna do an exercise that I usually criticize. 2 dumbbells, get them on the light side. You're in a partial squat. Neutral arch to your back. Dumbbells come to your rib cage and you are kicking back and coming to your rib cage. Kicking back, coming to your rib cage. I do not love this exercise. It's at the bottom of the list of exercises, but today's workout is legs and arms, and I wanted to bring you some variety for triceps, so we're doing an old school tricep kickback. Okay, you ready? Let's start. Grab your heavier dumbbell into plie. Knees are tracking over your toes. Your weight should be heavy enough that at 15, you're done. Or even better, if you've got heavy dumbbells at home, I want number 12 to stop you. I want that 12th rep to be like, okay, I'm done. All right, if you're here and you're really pure like me, I want those dumbbells I want your weight loads to be challenging enough that you can really only do 12 reps. You're gonna get more out of this workout and from what I teach by only doing 12 repetitions if your weight is heavy enough. If your weight's not heavy enough, you gotta do 15 or 20, okay? So there's a variety of ways that I'm gonna challenge you. And I want it to be through heavier resistance, but I also understand the limitations of the world that we're in right now. And you might not have a heavy enough dumbbell for that exercise. Tricep kickbacks, feet together, knees bent, arching your lower back, listen up, shoulders back in space, down to your hips, dumbbells arch your rib cage, extend it back. Your goal is to try and get your upper arm almost parallel to the floor, almost. All right, and I want you to really squeeze and contract here when the arm is extended. Squeeze the back of your arms. Squeeze like crazy. Squeeze like crazy. Someday I will teach you guys why I don't love this exercise, but for today, we're gonna make the most of it. What's most important is that you keep your shoulders back and down. So you're seeing that I'm starting to ride up into here. So important that you don't come from here. You come from here, okay? Shoulders back and down, back in space and down towards your hips. And when you do that, you're gonna feel it in your triceps. You're gonna feel a lot more in your triceps. 15 or 12, depending on your weight load. And let's take a short break. And then we will do our second superset. Depending on how those first 2 sets felt, go a little heavier, okay? Or if you can't go heavier, do more repetitions. Or you're gonna do a third superset while the rest of us are only doing 2. Follow, we're gonna do one more set, and then we're gonna switch into legs and biceps. So we've got 2 exercises for triceps, 2 exercises for biceps, and then our last exercise is a combo. So couple of you guys mentioned to me last week that you've been feeling more sore from your workouts, and that's because we're getting more specific and we're bringing more volume and more challenge to specific muscle groups. So instead of doing 1 exercise for triceps, now we're doing 2 exercises for actually 3 exercises for triceps. So this new format to the workouts is just a bit more effective. It's probably the most effective we can do in a class format like this. All right, you ready for your second set? Dumbbell hangs behind you. I know you can see that I'm using a kettlebell, but you can also use dumbbells, and you just literally hold them like this, toes turned out. You can hold 1 dumbbell. If you've got 1 heavy dumbbell, you can hold just 1, okay? Doesn't really matter what you're using, but the reason I have you holding it, the reason I have you hold it below your body in a plie squat is because it turns this exercise into a bit more of a pull. You're pulling upward, all right? And so to teach you guys just a little bit about biomechanics, whenever your weight load is below you, the exercise becomes a pull, right? And so that's going to use certain muscles versus if your dumbbell goes up here, the exercise becomes a push because of where the weight load is. Basic physics. A pull and a push, even though it's the same exercise, the pull is going to slightly emphasize different muscles as compared to a pull. Tricep kickbacks, tricep extensions. This exercise works best with slightly lighter dumbbells so that you can really get your shoulders into position and squeeze like bonkers when your arm is fully extended. Squeeze, got it? Squeeze. You might get a little bit of a crampy cramp in your triceps. That's because we don't do this exercise normally. And if you're doing it right and you're following the cues, you're gonna get a little cramp in your triceps. And you're gonna have a little tricep soreness tomorrow because of the combination of exercises that we're doing today for the triceps. Squeeze, shoulders, aggressively push into your hips. Push your shoulders to your hips, shoulders to your hips. Do it like it's your job. Shoulders back and down, shoulders back and down, shoulders back and down. What do you do with your shoulders? Back and down, good job. 2 more. 1 more, short break. Let me show you the next 2 exercises. 2 moderate weight dumbbells plus a set of moderate to heavy dumbbells. First exercise, feet are shoulder width distance apart. Turn your toes open the tiniest little baby bit. All right, you are going to squat, push, squat, push, squat, push. First exercise. Second exercise, shoulders back and down. Hammer curl. Hammer curl. Okay, now hammer curl, most of you should be around 8 pounds. All right, some of you that are starting your journey, 5 works. But my goal for you is 15 to 20 pounds on this exercise. All right, grab your moderate dumbbells first for squat and push, because it is a bigger exercise. Toes turned open, chest is up, ready, here we go. Sit heavy onto your heels and press. Please count your reps. Remember, it technically should be challenging enough that 12 reps is where it's at. And if you're feeling good at 12, go ahead and do 15. If you do not have heavier dumbbells, right? Remember, I'm not just like an exercise class fitness person. You don't come to me just for a workout. You come to me to really learn the principles of strength development. I feel that's my gift to the world. It's what I've been doing for 30 years, is helping women use strength training and nutrition to really transform from being mediocre to badass. And that happens by developing your strength, not just taking a high intensity workout. Second exercise, hammer curls. You might need heavier dumbbells, soft in the knees, shoulders back and down. Hammer curl, your dumbbells stay facing each other. All right, also, neutral curvature in your lower back. Chest is up. Imagine that there's a hinge at your elbows and your dumbbells are moving around that hinge so that there's very little elbow adjustment. Listen, at the bottom, you pull straight forward, but as you come back down, the elbows do tip back a little bit. Arms straight forward, elbows do tip back a little bit, okay? But otherwise, you want to keep your elbows in the same space, very little movement. Some movement, very little movement. 15, 12 to 15, take a short break, and then we will do our second set. You guys, I could cry. It's been like 9 months that I've been envisioning this, and today, my dad and I were out here scrambling to get it set up, and I can't believe how perfect it is, right? Like, you can see me better now. You can see my demonstrations. You can see the nuances of my exercises better. Plus, it's gorgeous with this texturized wall. I should probably be on QVC selling texturized walls. Isn't it gorgeous? I'm just so happy. It makes me so happy. You guys, now that we're in the space, there are some incredible things coming up this year. Invite your friends, because I have more ideas than my physical body is going to be able to generate, but so many incredible things coming up because now we've got this space. All right, second set, you ready? Go heavier if you can. Toes are turned open slightly. Remember, listen, if your fitness level isn't quite where mine is yet, I want you to just take it easy. Take breaks when you need to. Do what you can. Anything is better than nothing. And remember, your job is not to do what I'm doing. Your job is not to be, fitter than somebody else who's here or whatever. Your job is to challenge yourself 20% harder than where you are today. That's your job. It doesn't matter where anybody else is. It also doesn't matter where you were last week. It doesn't matter where you think you should be. If you follow my formula, you're going to be fitter in a week, okay? Big press. Just challenge yourself 20% more than where you are today. 12 to 15 reps here. Big push. One more. And what's next? Hammer curl. Feet together. Knees soft. Shoulders back and down. Chest is up. Palms stay facing each other. This is a hammer curl. The reason why I like a hammer curl is because it addresses one of your bicep muscles. Bicep. There are two heads to your biceps. This addresses what's called brachioradialis, right? Is this brachioradialis? No, sorry, this is biceps brachii, okay? And so this addresses the muscle, specifically on your biceps, that makes your arms look nice. So while this is a functional exercise, this is actually an exercise that makes your arms look nice. I gotta get you guys ready for summer. Summer's around the corner. And your summer arms start now with hammer curls. Now, our next bicep curl is gonna hit the other head of the biceps, okay? 12 to 15, OPS. For those of you guys that are here for the first time, or potentially watching this in playback, I do not count my repetitions very well. You don't need me to count. You're a big girl. You can count your own repetitions. I might do too many. I might do too few. You are responsible for counting your own repetitions. You are responsible for your body, not me. I'm here to inspire you and guide you. So make sure that you are counting your repetitions. When we do something that's unilateral, make sure you get 15 and 15, especially when we do stuff that's unilateral. Cool? Let me show you the next two exercises. Body weight or with dumbbells. I'll give you options. We're doing a reverse lunge, alternating. reverse lunge. If you're newer, please use your hands on your front knee, just like this. You can also use something off center to stabilize you. Or you're gonna grab some dumbbells here. Cool, first exercise. Second exercise, moderate dumbbells and what's called a supinated grip. Palms are in front of you, one up, one down. Swap, swap, swap. Palms stay face forward, alternating, supinated bicep curl. You guys ready? Let's do these reverse lunges. I'll show you the variations as we go. First variation, feet together, knees soft, let's go. 15 on each leg, so that's a total of 30 repetitions. 15 on each leg. What did I tell you a minute ago? You're responsible for counting. I'm responsible for teaching you things. And you don't need me to teach you about repetitions. You count. If this is comfortable and easy right here for you, grab yourself some light dumbbells. I like dumbbells at your shoulders for this exercise, but you could put your dumbbells over your head. You could put your dumbbells at your sides. I technically like the mechanics better when your dumbbells are at your shoulders because it frees up your hips a bit more, okay? It also changes the exercise a bit more to a push. Remember that biomechanics exercise, lecture a few exercises ago? But you can also put your dumbbells over your head, making it a whole different exercise. Whatever works for you. And if this feels pretty good, swap it out and get yourself some heavier dumbbells. Every now and then I'm going to check in on you guys. Those of you guys that are brave enough to join me on camera, I will be checking your technique. Second exercise, heavier dumbbells, alternating, supinated, bicep curl, one up, one down. Let's go. Shoulders back and down so that you're working with gravity to put the load onto your biceps. Okay? Keep your chest up and out. Keep those palms facing forward. $15 on each side. That's a total of 30 repetitions. And then we've got one more superset after this superset. Remember, if 12 repetitions is hard for this exercise, you're in the right place. If 12 repetitions is too hard, use a lighter dumbbell. If you're doing 15 repetitions and it's easy, I need you to get heavier dumbbells or do more repetitions, okay? That is the time when it's okay to use heavier dumbbells, to do more repetitions because you don't have heavier dumbbells. Cool? Short break in between our supersets. We got one more superset here, and then we will do our final superset. And then I will give you a tour of the palace. And then we got the walk and lunge workshop coming up and a Q&A. Do I deliver value or what? This has become an action-packed workout on Saturdays. I love having you guys. It's the highlight to my week. And yes, we will be continuing this in a free format for a while. So invite your friends. It's one of the best things I think I do. Okay, second set, reverse lunges. You ready? Pick your poison. Body weight with or without dumbbells. Let's go. 15 on each leg, going at whatever speed works for your body today. Use your breath. Drive into your front heel. Keep the pressure off your toes. Listen up. A word about athletic shoes. First of all, please make sure you're wearing athletic shoes. I know that you see other experts out there in the world doing stuff like this barefoot. I'm really not a fan of that, unless you were practicing some advanced strategies, but I don't think this is the time and the place for it. Second, I'm wearing running shoes right now, and they are a low running shoe, but they're too high for me in the heel. And what that does is that creates a downward slope on your foot, right? What that does is that disengages your hamstrings, and it puts more effort on your knees and your quads. Not really ideal. So that's why I'm a huge fan of a flat training shoe, because it causes you to have to use your posterior chain more, your glutes and your hamstrings, when your heel is closer to the ground. So be aware of your athletic shoes that you're wearing. Someday I'll do a lecture on it, a video or something, but for now, we'll start the conversation with being aware of what kind of athletic shoes that you're wearing currently. And you want to find what's called a training shoe with a low heel toe drop. A low heel toe drop. And what that means is that the angle from your heel to your toe is low. That allows you to activate your glutes and your hamstrings better. And for women, it's critical. So if you're running, wear running shoes. If you're not running, it's better to wear a training shoe. Technically, my shoes are running shoes, but they are a low running shoe, so I can get away with it. It's not ideal though. Most of the time I'm wearing a very flat training shoe. But not today, because this is cuter with my outfit. Okay, count out your 15 reps here. 30 total. Remember, this should be challenging, and if it's not, find yourself some heavier dumbbells. Promise me that. Promise yourself that. Short break. Let me show you the next two exercises. Single leg deadlift with a band or a dumbbell. I'll show you both options. Ideally, you'll do it with a dumbbell. Some of you will be starting body weight only. Okay, tap down for balance. Reaching forward, tap down for balance. Some of you will be doing body weight only. That's cool. Second exercise, you need your handled resistance band. Actually, you need any resistance band. It doesn't have to be handled. Here, give yourself some slack. Shoulders down, pull apart. It's called a band pull apart, okay? Band pull apart. The band, you're just stretching it out. Hold up, what did I do here? Oh, I messed up my workout. Okay, wait, hey, what's going on here? Hold on. Dumbbell pull into, okay, I changed my mind on something. This is your first exercise. I lied to you guys a few minutes ago about what this last circuit was, this last superset was going to be. This last superset is actually a monster set. That's exercise number 2. Exercise number 3 of the superset is a bicep curl, okay? I'll go over that again. I just wanted to show those of you that are regulars here who want to get out ahead of me. Okay, so let's go. First exercise is a single leg deadlift. You can do it body weight only or with a dumbbell. Let me demonstrate. You can also do it with a resistance band if you want. Please watch me from the front if you are new to this. You are going to stand on your right leg and hold the dumbbell in your left hand, opposites, okay? Stand on your right, hold in your left. From here, rotating forward, tapping for balance. At the top, squeeze your glute. Let's go. If you haven't started already, let's go ahead and begin. So you are on one leg, keep that knee bent. Coming forward, squeeze your glute at the top. Forward, squeeze your glute at the top of the leg that you're standing on. Keep a slight softness and a slight bend in your front knee, okay? Keep a slight bend in your front knee. At the top, you are finishing the move by fully opening this hip and squeezing this glute. Squeeze that glute. 15, more or less, depending on your unique situation. Body weight is heavy in the heel. As soon as you're done with this leg, you'll do the other leg. 12 to 15, and let's go right into that other side. This is my wobble side. Everybody has a wobble side, by the way, okay? Everybody has one leg that's a little less functional, a little more unstable, a little wonky. We all have that. Mine is on my right leg, and that's because I had a very severe hamstring tear in my 20s on my right leg. And the truth is, I just haven't ever fully rebalanced my hips and my hamstrings. There have been times when I'm better, but it tends, if I'm not really on top of my training, 100%, it tends to revert. But by the way, it's normal for all of us. We all have one leg that's a little wonky as compared to the other. So, welcome to the human race. Very few of us are perfectly balanced. If that's not a metaphor for life, I don't know of one that is. Heavy on your heel, 12 to 15, really squeezing your glute at the top, okay? Second of the 3 exercises, band pull apart, which hits both your triceps and the back of your shoulder. So, technically I would classify this as a posterior deltoid exercise, but it's really good for triceps also. It's a great tricep exercise. It's primarily a shoulder exercise. But, okay, still getting some good tricep here. 12 to 15, shoulders back and down. The band is opening and you're pulling it apart, and then the band ends just across the top of your chest, right across the midline of your chest. 12 to 15, and then we've got a third exercise in this monster set. 1 foot in the band or 2 bicep curls, shoulders back and down, okay? You can have 1 foot in your band or 2. It really depends on how heavy your band is. And this band is actually quite, I don't know, restricted. It's a heavier band. It's the red band from Spry. I think it's like, they consider it like 20 pounds maybe. I don't know. But, so if your band is really heavy, 1 foot. If your band is a little on the easy side, both feet in your band. And it makes it a lot harder, okay? 12 to 15, and then we're gonna take a break. And then we've got one more round of this. I call it a monster set. Some people call them a complex. Superset's usually 2 exercises. So when we do 3, it's not quite a circuit, because the circuit's usually 5 or more, which I think is what we're doing next week, by the way. So I call it a monster set. We're putting 3 exercises together, then you take a break. Oh, by the way, if you're not feeling it already, your arms are gonna feel so good tomorrow. This legs and arm workout is a good one. So remember, you will get access to the recording, and you can do this workout whenever you want in the future. If you want to do it again this coming week, if you want to build it into your weekly repertoire, whatever you want, you will get a link to the recording. Second set, single leg deadlift. Here we go. If that first one was okay, grab yourself a heavier dumbbell or work on your technique more, okay? Work on your technique a little more. That's the value when an exercise is a little easy, especially a complicated exercise like this. You can really work your technique. Now listen up, if you're new here and you're like, how the hell is she doing that exercise? If you're like exasperated by this exercise, please know that this is a very complicated exercise, and I've been practicing it for 15 years or longer. So I might kind of make it look easy, but it's actually, for most people, it's quite challenging in terms of the balance, the range of motion, everything. So if you're struggling with it, don't get frustrated. Promise me you won't get frustrated. Just know that the more you do this, you're gonna get better. So just keep doing it, keep showing up. The exercises that are the hardest for you are the exercises that you need the most. I'm going to say that again. The exercises that are the hardest for you are the very exercises you need the most, okay? Second set, other leg. Squeeze that glute at the top. Really drive into your heel, tuck the pelvis under, keep the knee soft. Really activate that glute at the top. Use your breath if you need it. The goal of this exercise is not to touch the floor, okay? That's not the goal. The goal is to come forward to about just a little less than 90 degrees, okay? Just a little less than 90 degrees here in the forward position, all right? If you hit 90, that's fine, but the goal is not to touch the floor, as you might think, because you'll see other people out there that are doing that. And it's just really not the ideal positioning for this move. One more, band pull aparts. Give yourself some slack, another metaphor for life. Oh, I'm just full of them today, huh? But in all honesty, the metaphors in strength training are powerful, which is one of the reasons why I love this material so much, because just the metaphor alone, the stronger that she got, the stronger she got, right? The stronger you get physically, the stronger you are in your life out in the real world. If you learn to breathe through the heavy exercises, oh, I could just keep going on with the metaphors. It really is true, you guys. So, the more you get stretched, the harder it gets. So many metaphors. And if this exercise is hard for you, this is a hard one for me. If this exercise is hard for you, it holds a lot of transformational power for your body. So rather than being like, I hate those Bulgarian split squats, they're so hard, I offer you the reframe of Bulgarian split squats are where I will meet the most transformation if I just keep practicing them. All right, and I mean that. That is not just like a corny metaphor, that's actually very true. The very exercises that are hard for you, it's because your body's not good at it. There is a weakness, and if you work at the exercises that you hate the most, your body is going to be better, I promise. Keep your chest up, shoulders back and down, 12 to 15 here. And then just to repeat, the nature of my workouts that I teach here every week is really rooted in strength training. This is not a high intensity, get your heart rate up, sweaty, kill you type of workout. That's not what I teach. So this is a different kind of challenging. You know it was a good workout when you wake up tomorrow morning and you feel your musculature a bit different. Then we did our job. All right, guys, good job. That is it. Let's take a couple big inhales. I'm going to give you a couple of stretches. 2 more inhales. Let that tension go. Fill your body up with that life-affirming oxygen. Exhale it out. So good. Bring your hands back behind you. Interlock your hands. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and press your hands down towards the ground as your chest reaches forward. I want you to really pull those shoulder blades towards each other. Really pull those shoulder blades towards each other and let your chest pop forward, extending and opening. And relax. Arm comes low across your body. Pull it in towards your chest and reach out that way. Press it downward on your shoulder. So if you're mirroring me, this shoulder presses down while this hand pulls in. Okay, shoulder down, super important. Half of you are probably going like this, and you really want that shoulder down. Good deltoid stretch, but it's also just going to relieve the deltoid a little bit so that we relieve the tricep as well. Same on the other side, and then we will do a tricep exercise because probably half of you are going to feel some tricep soreness tomorrow. If you do, let me know, just so I can keep an eye on you. And relax, tricep. Bring your hand up, tap your shoulder. Other hand to pull into that stretch a little bit more, taking your fingertips down your back. Fingertips down your back. So it's not just a pull across. This is stupid, okay? It's really more fingertips down your back so that you get a lengthening and a deepening at this elbow joint because your triceps are here, right? So you need a greater angle at the elbow, and you achieve that by walking your finger blades down your back and closing off this elbow, okay? And relax, same thing on the other side, up, walk your fingertips down, use your hand to close that joint, close that angle a bit more so that you deepen the angle at the elbow. Shoulder down, release your shoulder down. And relax it out. Thank you so much for being here. We did it just under an hour. I'm so glad. Okay, if you have any questions, please pop them into the chat box. I am going to give you guys a tour of the Grand Palace. And then we're going to do our little mini walking lunge workshop if you want to stick around. And then I'll stick around for any questions. In between all of that, I will be checking your comments and your questions here. So glad to have all of you guys. Oh, Erin is here. Erin asks, at what point do you switch from 1 dumbbell to 2? I'm trying to figure out which exercise that would be, 11:15. Erin, let me know which exercise that was. Single leg deadlift.
Yeah, single leg deadlift.
That's a great question, Erin. Good job. Guys, single leg deadlift. Erin just asked a great question, which I think we went over maybe a week or two ago, but I went over it quickly. Single leg deadlift, real quick, because this is good before you go. Right here, okay? Single leg deadlift. I want you to work up to 12 to 15 pound dumbbell. You've got one 12 to 15 pound dumbbell. When this gets easy with a 12 to 15 pound dumbbell, you then grab 2 10-pound dumbbells, okay? 12 to 15 pounds, then you swap to 10s, and you go from there. When 10s and 15s get easy, you swap to a barbell. And these are the kind of things that I'm going to be teaching in the future now that I've got a gym. Now that I'm going to be able to start teaching you more of these things, I'm going to be doing workshops, tutorials. I'm going to start putting more videos out on YouTube. YouTube, yes, but Instagram and social media, you guys. So if you don't already follow me on Instagram, please do so. I'm also going to be putting more content up on my YouTube channel. So a lot of stuff is coming this year, but that question that Erin just brought up is the kind of thing that I'm going to start teaching more of, the details, the nuances. So let me give you a tour. Are you ready? Okay, hold on, I gotta unlock. So we're not done yet. Listen, we literally just got the space done, but okay, it's gonna be hard to see because that's of the window. There we go. So behind me, I got 40 feet of gym space. So this is the back wall, and it's a nice long space. The floors are dirty, but they are beautiful concrete, radiant heated floors. So they're perfect for yoga. I've got hot concrete floors, and they are heated because my father is such a genius. And he actually, I will cover this up probably with a beautiful plant, but these are the tubes of hot water that go down into the floor and then circulate all the way up and around my floor. This is that beautiful foundation to the barn that serves as the ground floor to the barn that's in there. And this is all just like the original from probably, I don't know, this must have been 1940 or 1950 that this was put in when my dad built this barn. My dad and his father built this big, huge barn. And early on, this is where we kept the cows. Now the cows are in a different barn. So we've got all these beautiful brand new windows. So in the summer, I will be able to open them up with lots of fresh air and sunlight. And I spent, Heidi, if you're still here, you guys, I think it took me 2 months to decide on my lights, and you're not going to be able to see them very beautifully. We're still having to rewire them, but these are architectural lights that are the full spectrum of the sun. They are super high lux, so they are good for my depression symptoms. And they send out 30% of the light up to the ceiling to bounce the light into the space. And so I've got 4 of these beauties, which took me forever to purchase and find the right ones so that I would have the appropriate lighting in here, because I'm also going to be using this as a studio. So then this is the beauty of them all. So this is where I'm going to put my desk, looking out these windows, overlooking the most incredible part of our property, which is this big, huge field. So whenever I put up like an Instagram story and I'm out walking in that massive field, it's that field that's going to now be right out of the window where my desk will be. So my desk will be right here facing out into the windows. And these windows open up and it's just incredible. So it's nothing special just yet because we literally just got in here, but I'm going to put in a squat rack, I think. I've got an elliptical that's probably going to go here, and then, you know, benches and steps and kind of all of the different equipment. And then I'm also going to set this up, which actually looks pretty good. I'm probably going to set this up as sort of like my studio where I can do live with Holly or YouTube videos where I'm just talking, any of my coaching calls for those of you guys that are inside of any of my coaching programs. So it's going to be a bit of an office, a bit of a studio, and a bit of a gym. Pretty cool, huh? At least we're in. We got electric, we got Wi-Fi, we got heat, we got windows. Now I just got to clean the place. I was out here trying to clean it really well this morning, and it's a task to get it cleaned. Let me just say that. But more than anything, we now have a proper space for our workout. So exciting. Okay, guys, so let's do some walking lunges. Thank you for taking the tour of the palace with me. I got to figure out some kind of like a Women's Strength Nation like sign to put on the wall. That's next. Coming up. So, okay, let's do some walking lunges. If you're new, this is the mini walking lunge workshop. Your job is to practice body weight only walking lunges. You're going to do 20. Let me move. New, you're going to do 20 walking lunges. 1 foot counts as 1 step. So we're going to do 20 walking lunges in one direction. You've got 1 step together, 2 step together for a total of 20. Then you're going to take a short break and you're going to do 2 sets, okay? Each week you're going to do 10 more steps. So we've got women in here who are doing 30, 40, 50, 60. We've got some women doing 200. Doesn't matter where you are. 20 steps, work at your own pace, body weight only, because eventually over time, what I want you to do is to do more. For the purpose of this tutorial and what we're doing here today, it's really more about building up muscular endurance and function. So it's not about using a heavier weight load, it's about doing more. Okay, if you're new, I will coach you through. Start with your feet together, soften your knees. Take a big step out, hands onto your front leg, step together, other leg. You're going to count each step. That's 2. Here's 3. Continue. Please continue. If you're watching this in playback, I'm going to sign off for now because you're going to get bored watching us do walking lunges. But thank you for being here and stay tuned. Another new video will be coming up in just about a week.